really. I'm going to look into it.
Then maybe we can sell copies of this jacket and just sell it to all the people in the world.
Okay. All right. So, hi, friends watching from home. Okay. So, anyways, we are going to go over our homework. You should be on page 66. We are going to go over 1 through 6, and then we're going to continue on. Today is our last section of chapter 1. So tomorrow we have a quiz over what we've learned this week, and then next week is our chapter 1. So next week we'll be we will be reviewing for our test. So next week we won't be learning new things, we'll be reviewing. So today we're going to start by going over our homework. Eric, I know you don't have your book. Your brother will bring it home today, so just follow along with us. No big deal. Claire, you should have your book because it wasn't in your desk. All right, so the first question was, Jenna bought 3 packs of bottled water. That's like Miss Kneipel. Miss Kneipel loves some bottled water. With 8 bottles in each pack, and then gave 6 bottles away. Write the expression to match the word. So remember, we weren't using the equal sign or anything like that. We were just trying to write just the expression itself. We didn't need to solve the problem. We just needed to write the expression. So there's 3 numbers here. So there's going to be 3 numbers somewhere in our thing. The first thing we need to do is what, Malik?
Oh, we're going to need to put some numbers in parentheses.
Yes, our first part's going to be in parentheses. What numbers are going to be in parentheses, Malik?
8 and 6.
I disagree. I'm disagreeing with you. You're right on 8. Abby, what's the other number?
3.
It is going to be 8 times 3 because that's going to give us the total number of bottles of water, okay? Our total number of bottled waters we started with was 18. And then there's 1 second step to this part. Zoe? What? Minus 6. Yeah, because I started with 18 and then I gave 6 away, okay? So your problem should have said parentheses 8 times 3, parentheses minus 6, okay? If you didn't have that, no big deal. That's why we're going over it. Fix it with your, go around that way. Fix it with your pen, please. All right, the second one, I don't know if some of you guys were struggling with this, but this problem you actually had to read. Reading what it wanted was really important. So, Stefan has 24 miniature cars. He gave 4 cars to his brother. Then he passed the rest of his cars out equally among 4 friends. Which operation would you use to represent the first part of the situation? That means this whole second sentence about switching or giving it out equally, we didn't even need. That was there just for fun, just to confuse you, just to see if you actually read the problem. So, if I have 24 cars and I give 4 away, what symbol is going to go right there? Subtraction. So, you should have just wrote on your line subtraction, okay? That's what needed to be on your line, subtraction. You didn't even have to put the numbers. Subtraction, okay? But yeah, they put that little bit in there so you could be confused. So hopefully it didn't trick you guys up. But you didn't even need all that extra information. Next. Dun dun. Says, to find 36 plus 29 plus 14, Joshua rewrote the expression 30 plus 14 plus 29. I cannot read those numbers. It's so blurry.
36 plus 14 plus 29.
Okay. So, anyways, what property did Joshua use to rewrite the expression? Ooh, this is review. Isabel?
All right. I wrote commutative property.
Of? You know what it is?
I know.
Well, what is he doing? Adding or multiplying?
Adding.
Yep. Commutative property of addition. This is not the associative property because the numbers aren't grouped with parentheses. It's the commutative property because all he did was change the order, but the answer is not going to change. So you should have had commutative property of addition. Okay? Cool? Malik.
Will it still count if we just put commutative?
Yeah, if you put commutative property, that's fine. But it's important to remember the of what, just so. Because on your test next week, if you have a question like this, like a commutative property question, you're going to have to say of addition or of multiplication. You just had to remember to do that. I mean, it's easy to tell. You just look at the symbols. But, yes.
What if you just write the symbols in the symbol addition?
Well, that would work for this, but on your math test next week, it's going to be on the computer, and you'll have to like pick which one. So it'll be words next week. But
So it's like multiple choice.
for that question, it will be yes. Like it'll say blank is the blank property of blank, and you'll have to put in commutative, associative, identity, whatever. And then you'll have to choose addition or multiplication. Okay. All right. Next, there are 6 baskets on the table. Each basket has 144 crayons in it. I don't know who has that many crayons or why. How many crayons are there? So we want a total. What operation am I going to be doing, Bree? Multiplication. I have 2 numbers. I'm just going to multiply them. Nothing crazy happening here. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry my 2. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 2, 26. Carry my 2. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 2 is 8. I have 864 crayons. Remember, it's important to tell me what you have 864 of, okay? You should not just be writing 864. That could be 864 people. 864 hot chocolates. I don't know. So, crayons. Any questions there?
Crayons.
All right, next. Dun, dun. This problem was probably a little bit more challenging than some of the other ones, but that is okay because we persevere in 5th grade. All right, it says, Mr. Andrews wrote 9 times 7 times 10 to the 3rd on the board. What is the value of that expression? That means solve it for us. That's all he's asking us to do is to solve it for us. So what is the first thing I have to do with this problem? Oh, Mrs. Kniffel's trying to make sure I don't get it wrong. All right. What is the first thing I have to do, Zoe?
Times 7 times 9. Get your answer 63.
Okay, stop there. I asked what the first thing. Yep, you're going to do the parentheses first. So now I have 63 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, well, we know. What does that 3 mean? We're going to add 3 what? 0. So it's just 63,000. All we do is add those 3 zeros on the end. Your answer should be 63,000, okay? Hopefully you knew what 9 times 7 was.
I did.
Then it didn't really take you that much time. Malik.
I was raising my hand to answer the next question.
I'm not even on the next one yet, silly. Okay, next one. Barbara mixes 54 ounces of granola and 36 ounces, did I say 36? Yeah. 36 ounces of raisins. She divides the mixture into 6-ounce servings. How many servings does she make? Okay, this is a longer problem, okay? You're going to have to do 2 steps. So what is my first step, Alex?
54 and 36, you gotta add them?
Yes, the first thing we have to do is add 54 and 36. And then if we actually wrote it, it would look like this later for the whole thing. But 54 and 36, ooh, that's a nice one because 4 and 6 makes a what? 10. And then I can carry my 1, and then I would have a 90. So now I have 90 divided by 6. Okay? And if you don't want to longhand that, Mrs. Kniffel's going to do it both ways. So if we longhand it, 90 divided by 6, 6 goes into 9. 1 time, 9 minus 6 is 3. Bring down my 0. 6 goes into 30. 5 times, which is 30. 0 left. So 15 servings, or we could do it how we did the things on Monday, I think. So that would be blank divided by 6. So equals 10. And what would that number be? 60 plus, we have 30 left divided by 6, and that would be 5, and we would add those together. Either way, it is 15 servings, okay? Either way, 15 servings, okay? Are there any questions on any of these problems? Alex?
For number 4, since it was 864, I accidentally flip-flopped them, and I put 464.
Oh, well, next time don't flip-flop them. Any questions? Going once, going twice? If not, Mason's going to come pick up your pens, and everyone needs to now turn to page 73, I think.
Are we doing lesson 12?
I can't hear you.
Are we doing lesson 12?
Yes. 73, friends. Zoe, where's that Zoe?
Guys, you can't keep the pen.
73. Okay, so what we're learning about today is grouping symbols. And you're like, what does that mean? Just how we group things together. So far, what symbol have we used to group things together? Hey, Mason and Alex, I'm ready to get started. The sooner we get through this, the more time you have for your homework. So let's use our time wisely. What symbol have we used so far to group things together? If I want to put two numbers together, what symbol have I used so far? Alicia.
What?
I asked a question. The question was, what symbol have we used so far to group numbers together? Yeah, parentheses. So far, all we've used is parentheses. But guess what? There's another type of grouping. Another type of grouping are brackets, okay? They'll look like this or they'll look like this. Mrs. Kneiffel's not very good at drawing this type. And brackets can go around parentheses. So you will see as we get more into it. I'm not trying to be confusing, but I promise it's not that hard. We just got to know what to do first and what to do second and stuff like that. So anyways, we have Mary's weekly allowance is $8 and David's weekly allowance is that 3 or 5?
5.
5. Every week they each spend $2 on lunch. Write a numerical expression to show how many weeks it will take them together to save up enough money to buy a video game for $45. Okay, confusing, but we're going to break it down so it's not confusing. So it says you can use parentheses and brackets to group operations together. Operations in parentheses and brackets are performed first. Well, we already know that because PEMDAS, P, parentheses. Well, throw some brackets in there too, okay? So how much money does Mary save each week? Mary saves how much each week? Well, how much does she start with? $8, and then she spends how much? 2. So that would be 8 minus 2, okay? Right? Because that's what she's got. And then Mr. David has 5 minus 2, okay? I should be putting money signs, but I'm not because there's not a ton of space. So how much money do Mary and David save together each week? That would look like 8 minus 2 plus 5 minus 2, okay? And we would do the things in the parentheses first, and then we would add them together, okay? Does everyone see that? So let's solve it. Let's just solve for later. 8 minus 2 is 6, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So how much money do they save each week? $9. So that's just us for later. All right, so now I have these brackets. And these brackets mean this whole chunk has to be solved before that. But within my brackets, I'm going to put parentheses, okay? So how much does the video game cost altogether? $45. And we already know this part, which is 8 minus 2 plus 5 minus 2. So there are parentheses inside brackets. It is telling us everything here has to be done first, which we already did over here because Ms. Kneifel cheated. So that is 9, and now I have 45 divided by 9. Does anyone know this? If you know your 5s, you should know this. Gabby?
5.
Yeah, I just said the answer. So the actual answer is 5 weeks, okay? So the brackets are just saying, hey, solve me first. Just like parentheses are saying, hey, solve me first, okay? That's all it's saying. Nothing too crazy. It's still simple numbers, just like what we were doing yesterday. Are there any questions so far? If not, we're going to do some more practice problems in hopes that we are A-okay. Where? No, that's minus. I just didn't write it very nice. Same up here. It's our 5 minus 2. It's supposed to be in a parentheses. I'm sorry. All right, if we're good, I want to go to our next problem, okay? Please turn the page, turn the page. All right. You should now be on page 74. Okay, and now if you look at these problems, all three types of brackets are within these problems, okay? And it just means solve this before you solve this, okay? That's all it means. Nothing crazy. We're still following order of operations. So let's do the key thing example, unlocked problem, I don't know, whatever it's called. So 1 gets, is that $8 or 6? I should just hold my book. That way I know. All right. What's up? Yes. 1 gets $6 for his weekly allowance and spends 4 of it. His sister then gets 7 for her weekly allowance and spends 3 of it. Their mother's birthday is in 4 weeks. If they spend the same amount each week, how much money can they save in time to buy her a present? Miss what?
I was going to say the answer.
Oh, I don't want to say the answer yet. So, it already has the expression for us. All right, so this is just like the previous problem. We know that Mr. Juan does 6 minus 4. Then we know that 7 minus 3 is his sister Tina. Then it's going to be times 4 weeks. So, what is 6 minus 4?
6 minus 4 is who?
2. And 7 minus 3 is?
4.
4. So now we have 4 times 2 plus 4. So do we see? We did the parentheses first, and then we're going to do the brackets. 2 plus 4 is? 6. And now we have 4 times 6, which is 24. So they will have $24 saved for her birthday present. Okay? Nothing too crazy there. It's just, you're just like plugging and chugging numbers, okay? The next one looks a little crazy with all those brackets and stuff, but guess what? We can do it. So, parentheses is first. Everyone say parentheses is first.
Parentheses first.
Next is the square brackets. Then these weird ones that Mrs. Kneiffel's bad at drawing are technically called...
It looks like a person.
Okay, cool. Are technically called braces. So, parentheses, brackets, braces. That is the order 1, 2, 3 that you solve them in. So, this next equation is 4 times 5 minus 2 times 3 plus 2 plus 4 times 2. Yeah, that's really confusing, but we're going to solve parentheses first. And they already solved the first parentheses for us, which was 5 minus 2. So they already did that. The second one, 2 plus 4 is? 6 times 2. So now that we solved our brackets, or our parentheses, now we're going to solve our brackets. In our brackets, we have 3 times 3, which they already wrote in was 9. And then our other bracket is 2 times 6, which is 12. And now we're going to solve our braces, which is 9 plus 12. 9 plus 12 is 21.
9 a.m.
And now I have 21 times 4. Well, 21 times 4, Mrs. Michael can't think, so 84. All right, so our final answer is 84. All we're doing is plugging and chugging our numbers. Parentheses first, brackets second, braces third. Okay? It probably sounds more confusing than it actually is, okay? So the next one, we're going to put in all of the numbers. Dun, 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 dun. So it gives us the expression right down here. 32 divided by all these big long numbers. What am I going to solve first? Gabby.
You're going to solve...
Tell me the things.
Oh.
Parentheses, brackets, braces. What am I going to solve first?
You're going to solve braces first? Oh, parentheses.
Parentheses. We're solving parentheses first. There are 2 sets of parentheses. We have 3 times 2 and 6 minus 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. And then I just need to fill in my other numbers. Because remember, when we do order of operations, we make that pizza thing kind of. And we get smaller, smaller, smaller. So I'm just going to fill in the 7. I'm just going to fill in the 7. Okay? Now I'm going to do my brackets next. Well, one bracket is 6 plus 7, which is 13. My other bracket is 2 plus 7, which is 9. Okay? And then, next step, braces. Well, there's only one set of braces. 9 plus 13 is...
Minus.
Oh, sorry. 13 minus 9 is 4. So now I have 32 divided by 4, and Mrs. Kneifel knows her facts, and guess what? 4 times 8 equals 32, so I know my answer is 8. Okay? Alex. This is an emergency. We're in the middle of math class. It's not the time to use the restroom. All right. I want you to go to the next page. We're going to do number 1 together. Dun, 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 dun. All right. You're going to want to pay attention, buddy, because you're going to have to do this. Number 1 says 12 plus bracket parentheses 15 minus 5 plus parentheses 9 minus 3 parentheses bracket. I know, so many words, but we are 5th graders and we can persevere. So, what is the first thing that I solve? Mason, what do I solve first? Parentheses, brackets, or braces? Parentheses. Well, they were super nice and already solved our first parentheses, 15 minus 5, which is 10. Our other parentheses is 9 minus 3, which is 6. And now I need to solve my brackets. 10 plus 6 is 16. And now I have 12 plus 16, which equals 28. Okay? Yeah. I want you to try number 2 on your own. I'm going to give you about 1 to 2 minutes, and you're going to try to solve it. First, you solve your parentheses. Then once you get your parentheses answered, you solve them within your brackets. And then lastly, you're going to multiply, okay? So I'm going to give you about 1 to 2 minutes to try to solve it on your own. You're just doing your personal best, okay?
Where's your coffee on somebody's desk? It's supposed to be on yours.
Because it's closer. Rush, you could be working this problem out on a dry erase board.
What?
You could be working this out on a dry erase board. We're just doing a problem. Yeah, get on a dry erase board. You can work it out. That's what they're doing. They're working on a problem. You can do the same. You got to do it. It's in math class right now, buddy. You need a marker? Okay, well then let's write down the problem. You don't have to. What's up with your hands? Poor lady. Yeah, bars. Haven't you ever seen like Stick It?
Oh, you seen that too? Remember my sister's into that movie.
I've never seen.
Love some Stick It.
I've never seen. Let's Stick It. Yeah.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, but
It's a good one.
Then I'm not into it.
Yeah, but the girl cusses a lot.
All right, let's give it a try. It's okay if you're not finished. It's okay. We're just gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on rolling, friends. So first, parentheses. My first parentheses is 26 minus 4. 26 minus 4 is what? What? I just came 22.
Oh, I did this one.
Minus, what is 6? Is that 4 plus 6?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minus 4 plus 6. And now I'm going to rewrite the rest of my expression. You got to rewrite it. That way you know what you're doing. Now my next expression, my next thing is brackets. 22 minus 10 is 12. Rewrite the rest. 5 times 12 and 5 times 12 is 60. Final answer, 60. Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Or at least we're on the right track if you didn't finish. I mean, if you didn't finish, it's not your fault. Mrs. Knife should wait longer. I just get super antsy. So, we have 60. All right. Let's do number 3. Parentheses first. I have 2 sets of parentheses. 8 minus 10 is what, everyone?
8.
8. Minus 8 minus 6 is 2. Then I'm going to rewrite the rest. I'm going to put that in brackets. Is that divided by 36? Okay. Now I have 8 minus 2 in brackets. That's what I'm solving next. What is 8 minus 2? Everyone?
6.
It is, except only Zoe answered, and I said everyone. And now I'm going to rewrite the rest. 36 divided by 6. Guess what? Mrs. Kneifel knows her facts, and I know that answer is going to be 6. Malik.
When you said 8 minus 10, that is actually 18.
It is 18, but I wrote the right answer. I just said the wrong thing. My bad. My bad. All right. Let's do number 5 on your own. Right now you're trying number 5. I repeat, number 5. Rush. 24. Come stand up here and write it so you can see it. Or borrow Ethan's or something. But you're trying number 5, okay?
Yeah, but I'm going to be in front of your fans.
You just need to stand, write the problem, then go back to your desk. Yes, you're doing number 5 right now, friends. No, it's not. It's second. Yesterday was the first. What is that?
Where's picture day? Picture day is on 2nd.
All right, it looks like some of our friends are done, so let's give it a try. The first thing I have to do is parentheses. My first parentheses is 10 minus 7. 10 minus 7 is what? 3. Plus, my other parentheses is 16 minus 9, which is 7. Now I'm going to put the rest of that in brackets. And now I have 24 minus 3 plus 7. So I'm going to solve 3 plus 7 in my brackets. And now I have 24 minus 10, which equals 14. 14. Give me a thumbs up if you got 14. Good job. All right. Let's do, I don't like that one.
Let's not do number 8, please.
We're going to go on to page 77. We're going to do a few of 77, and then we should actually have time to do our homework for once, which we normally don't. So way to be cooperative today, guys. So page 77, I want you to try 2 and 3 on your own right now, okay? Let's try 2 and 3, okay?
We already did 2 and 3.
No, on page 77, okay? We're turning the page. What?
Kids, now I'm your teacher now. Miss Knife has been fired. Now I'm your teacher. Let's begin.
2 and 3. Give it your best shot, and if we do good on these, we'll go straight to homework. Cool. Because we're doing a good job so far today.
Guess what?
What?
I'm going to take your job.
Probably not.
Hello, students.
You need a bachelor's degree.
This girl over here is fired.
What's blurry?
That board.
Well, good thing you have it in your book right there. It's been blurry the whole day. It's just, that's how my board is. Zoe, 2 and 3 is what you're solving right now.
Is this connectable board? It's not 40 to me.
You're solving 2 and 3 right now. When you're done, just put your pencil down. That's my symbol to know that you're done.
I don't think I did this right.
Parentheses first. Then solve the brackets.
Wait, I must say.
Yours probably.
All right, friends, let's give it a try. If you're not finished, that's okay. All right, so I need to solve my parentheses first. In my parentheses, I have 9 times 2. 9 times 2 is 18 minus 3 times 4. Well, 3 times 4 is 12. Now I have to rewrite my that needs to be a bracket. Rewrite the rest. Next is brackets. Mrs. Kneippel cannot speak today. My goodness. 18 minus 12 is
6.
6. So now I have 30 minus 6, which equals 24. Good job. All right. And number 3. This one is in a different order, but guess what? It's still the same thing. Like, instead of it being in the front, it's in the back. Guess what? It doesn't change it. You're still doing parentheses first. 25 minus 11 is 14.
Yeah.
Plus 5 minus 9, which is 6. Those are in brackets, divided by 5. Well, 14 plus 6 I know is 20. Divided by 5. 5 divided by 20 is 4. All right? Hopefully we're doing okay. All right. Look, we're going to have time for homework for once. All right. We still have about 15 minutes left in math. Then we're going to take a restroom break, and then we will start reading. So your homework is page 78, 1 through 6. You have this time right now to get started on it. Maybe you won't actually have to do it for homework. Woo! And it is super fabulous that we have this extra time because you can ask me a question. I'm literally here. All right, so Claire and Eric, I will send you another link in probably about 20 minutes for reading, okay? So be on the lookout for my email. I'll see you later, okay? In about 20 minutes.
Bye.
Bye. See you in about 20.
Bye.
Bye, Claire. See you in about 20 minutes.
Bye.